I want you to keep in mind something. In comparison to the debut week, Angel Reese's debut game with the Rose BC Basketball Club has lost over half of its viewership.
The latest ratings report from Week 3 of Unrivaled is out, and it ain't looking good for Angel Reese, the self-proclaimed face of women's basketball. The one who swears she's right there with Caitlin Clark, moving the needle for the sport.
Scratch that, more than half of its opening night audience within 3 weeks. We see numbers of 310,000, 320,000. 3 weeks later, 140,000 viewers for Unrivaled. More than half of the audience has disappeared. Oh no, say it ain't so. This can't be good.
Let's break it down because numbers don't lie. But sometimes, they do make you laugh. Angel Reese's team went head-to-head with Phantom, and you'd think with all the drama surrounding her ejection, this game would have people tuning in like it was the season finale of their favorite reality show. I mean, ejections usually bring the spice, the memes, and the Twitter debates, right? But nope. The game only managed to draw in 140,000 viewers.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like,
I'm sorry. I can't. She really believes that. She believed it then. She believed that they were started to watch her because of that one game.
Now, let's put that into perspective. Another game in the same league between the Laces and the Owls pulled in 190,000 viewers. That's 50,000 more people who willingly chose to watch a game with 0 ejections, 0 drama, and just good old-fashioned basketball. No sideline arguments, no dramatic exits, just layups, jump shots, and probably some really solid defensive plays.
Why no one is supporting their secondary dump. They wonder why no one is watching pretend basketball. Maybe if they focused on the actual basketball instead of focusing on their weird utopian fantasies, maybe their dump would be upgraded to a polished turd.
So, what does this mean? Maybe the ejection wasn't the ratings magnet some thought it would be. Or maybe, just maybe, people are actually tuning in for basketball and not just the theatrics. Wild concept, right? Either way, Angel Reese's squad might need to rethink their game plan. Because if drama isn't bringing in the views, and the game itself isn't either, then what's left? Mascot dance-offs? Half-court trick shots? Free tacos for viewers? Somebody better call the marketing team.
We start getting there. Saturday coverage, 98,000 on True TV alone. On True TV alone, but they must not have counted TNT. It wasn't on TNT. It was on True TV only. Okay? It was on True TV only. So no TNT numbers, no HBO Max numbers. Lunar Owls on True TV, 118,000. Missed Rose on True TV, 76,000.
So, Angel, are we still believing that you're the reason the league is thriving? Because from what we are seeing, the numbers are telling a very different story. And trust me, numbers don't lie. Unless you're an influencer rounding up your follower count. Wait, you mean to tell me that after all the drama, all the attitude, all the "I'm changing the game" speeches, you still can't even get people to watch? Now, we already know what her fans are about to say. But Angel is a star. She's just as influential as Caitlin Clark. And to that, I say, really? Really? Because last time we checked, being influential usually means people actually watching you play. But let's be honest. If we're talking impact, one of these names is clearly outshining the other, and that name is Caitlin Clark.
You guys don't remember? Angel Reese said she was also the draw. Did you guys forget about that? The hottest woman basketball player on the planet isn't involved in the Unrivaled, and weeks in, ratings are down under 100,000 viewers. So where's the lie? What am I missing?
And let's not forget, Angel herself was the one who said, "It's not just Caitlyn changing the WNBA, it's me too." Logically, ma'am, your viewership numbers seem to disagree, because last time we checked, when Caitlin Clark steps on the court, the ratings go up like gas prices in the summer. When Angel steps on the court, well, let's just say the numbers are looking more like a clearance sale at a discount store. Decent, but not exactly selling out. And don't get me wrong, we are all for confident athletes talking their talk. But if you're gonna talk like you're shifting the culture, the least you can do is bring the numbers to back it up.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that.
Otherwise, we might have to put some of these "I'm changing the game" claims on layaway until further notice. At the end of the day, I respect Angel's hustle. I mean the spirit to stay relevant even when she has nothing to offer. Well, she has talking talent, but let's not pretend the league is suddenly booming because of her when the numbers are clearly favoring someone else. Caitlin Clark isn't just bringing ratings, she's bringing record-breaking ratings.
Legacy crosses teams and fandoms following today's win. South Carolina coach Dawn Staley took a moment to acknowledge what Clark has done for the sport.
Just don't want to not utilize this opportunity to thank Caitlin for what she's done for women's basketball. Like, her shoulders were heavy and getting a lot of eyeballs on our game.
Let's be honest. If Caitlin Clark was playing in Unrivaled, do you really think she'd be out here pulling in less than 200,000 viewers? Come on now. That's like saying LeBron James in his prime would struggle to sell out an NBA arena. Ridiculous, right? Clark has been a walking, talking ratings machine everywhere she goes. The moment she steps on a court, TV executives start rubbing their hands like cartoon villains, ready to cash in. If she was in this league, we wouldn't even be debating this. Instead, we'd be talking about how Unrivaled is taking over the sports world. Networks are bidding absurd amounts for broadcast rights, and every other kid on the block is rocking a Caitlin Clark jersey like it's 1996, and Michael Jordan just dropped another championship. But that's not what's happening. Not even close. Instead of Unrivaled becoming the next big thing, we're watching its viewership do something far less inspiring. It's crashing.
Angel Reese. Unrivaled basketball. Now 190 is better than 140, but both are better than the week prior and both are better than the opening night. We are headed on a downward spiral. Fast. This is falling fast, folks. This is going fast.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Unrivaled kicked things off with an impressive 300,000 viewers. Solid start. A promising sign for the future of women's basketball. But fast forward just 3 weeks, and that number has been slashed in half. Half. As in, if Unrivaled viewership was a paycheck, players would be calling their landlords with some very uncomfortable conversations. How did we get here? How does a league that was supposed to revolutionize women's basketball suddenly find itself losing viewers faster than a bad Netflix show?
Angel Reese has the 2 lowest rated games in this entire thing. And we might find out about tomorrow that the game on Saturday that she played is the 3rd lowest, or maybe the lowest rated game thus far. But she has the number 1 and number 2 for lowest watch games, 76,000 and 89,000.
Well, for starters, star power matters. And right now, Unrivaled is missing the biggest star in women's basketball. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she's an event, a spectacle. The type of athlete who makes people who don't even care about sports suddenly start having strong opinions on shooting mechanics. Without her, Unrivaled feels, well, just another basketball league. And that's a problem. Because, let's be real, when the WNBA had Clark on the court, they weren't just getting numbers. They were getting record-breaking, history-making. Your grandma suddenly knows who Caitlin Clark is, levels of numbers. And without her, well, let's just say those ratings have also been doing their best imitation of a disappearing act.
So Caitlin Clark is somebody that is going to probably, she's going to, I would say, be, in my opinion, the second favorite for MVP. I think she is going to be the second favorite for MVP in the WNBA. That is how confident I am in Caitlin Clark's year 2. And we've seen a lot of things.
Unrivaled downward trend isn't just a warning sign. It's a flashing neon billboard screaming, "We need a fix, and we need it now." Whether that means securing more star players, changing up the marketing strategy, or just flat out bribing Caitlin Clark with unlimited endorsement deals and a lifetime supply of Gatorade, I mean, something has to give in. Because if Unrivaled wants to be the future of women's basketball, it needs to make sure it actually has an audience to witness that future. And right now, the future isn't looking nearly as bright as they hoped. Each week, the viewership is going down, down, down. If this trend continues, by next month, they'll be lucky to pull in 50,000 viewers. And you know what's wild? The league was marketed as a game changer for women's basketball, a place for star power to shine. But when your so-called star power isn't keeping people engaged, what does that really say? I mean, imagine launching a new league, putting all this hype behind it, and then realizing that the biggest storyline isn't the quality of basketball, but the fact that Angel Reese can't stop embarrassing herself on the court.
She got benched yesterday. How in the hell could y'all call for the coach to get fired when she got 4 points in 8 damn minutes, bro? She had to get benched. She's been playing bad the whole time she's been at Unrivaled, bro.
Speaking of embarrassing moments, let's talk about Angel's grand exit. Oh yeah, it wasn't just any exit. It was a record-breaking one. In just 3 weeks, she managed to become the first player in the history of Unrivaled to get ejected. That's right. Not the first to drop a triple-double, not the first to hit a game-winning shot, the first to get booted from the league like an unwanted party crasher. And listen, some ejections are game-changing. You take out Caitlin Clark, and her team suddenly look lost, confused, and praying for a miracle. Her absence leaves a hole so big, it could swallow the entire defense. But Angel? Oh, her team had the opposite reaction. She gets ejected, and suddenly they're playing like they just got baptized in basketball greatness. How do you get kicked out, and instead of your teammates mourning your absence, they start playing like they just escaped a hostage situation? That's gotta sting.
Guys, we talk about this all the time. We do. I don't know what it is. She gets ejected, only plays 7 minutes, and her team wins. I mean, how does that happen? She had 15 rebounds. It just so happened she had 5 offensive ones, and she missed 5 shots. I'm just throwing that out there. But wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that happens, but the less she plays, the more successful her teams are.
And let's be real. It's not like Angel was lighting up the scoreboard before her exit. We're talking about someone averaging, what, a whole 7 points? Maybe 8 rebounds if she's lucky? That's not exactly superstar numbers. That's role player on a Tuesday numbers. You want to be mentioned in the same breath as Caitlin Clark? Sis, you gotta put up stats that at least make people raise an eyebrow, not check their phones to see what's trending on Twitter. At this point, Angel's claim to fame isn't her jumper, her defense, or even her rebounding. It's getting ejected faster than a bad Tinder date. Like, how are you making headlines for getting thrown out of a game before you ever made headlines for actually winning one? But hey, let's give credit where it's due. She's still making history. I mean, being the first to do something is impressive, right? even if that something is setting the record for the fastest exit in league history. You know what they say, if you can't be the best, at least be the most memorable. And in Angel's case, mission accomplished.
Understood her frustration completely. She'll just, she'll grow from that in terms of keeping her composure because she had 15 rebounds. Who's to say she wouldn't have been able to do that in the second half and then end up having 25 to 30 rebounds. So my conversation was just, I just wanted clarity around, what she said just so that I could have a conversation with her after the game about it. But still a super young player, so she's growing and learning.
While all this madness unfolds, Caitlin Clark is out here living her best life, like a main character in a sports movie that always ends in victory. Her jersey is getting retired and the arena is selling out like it was an NBA final between Stephen Curry and LeBron James. I mean, the Indiana Fever made moves like they're assembling the Avengers, and Clark is kicking back, probably enjoying some well-deserved relaxation before she casually takes over the WNBA like it's her birthright. Meanwhile, Angel Reese? Well, she's still grinding it out in Unrivaled, playing in front of crowds that seem to be shrinking faster than a cheap t-shirt in the wash. Every week, fewer people show up, and yet we're all supposed to believe this league is revolutionary. Revolutionary how? By making professional basketball feel like an ordinary tournament? Now, the reality is, one of these women is preparing to be the face of the WNBA, while the other is struggling to keep people from forgetting that Unrivaled exists.
Yeah, well, I think first of all, I feel very lucky and fortunate because there's also been a lot of really good players to wear this number in this program, whether Sam Logic, Kathleen Doyle, and those two specifically have been very supportive of myself over my career, so just thanks to them more than anything. And I think once you hear the day and it's like, oh, your jersey's getting retired this day, it's like, oh, okay, but when the day approaches very fast, you don't have as much time to prepare for everything that's going to be involved in it.
How much longer can Angel Reese pretend that she's on the same level as Caitlin Clark? Because the numbers don't lie. The impact doesn't lie. And the reality is, when you strip away all the talk, all the drama, and all the antics, the only thing left is what actually matters. Who can get people to care? And right now, the answer sure isn't Angel Reese. Let us know in the comments. What do you think about these ratings? If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. More videos are on